ClaretsTV speaking to Chelsea City's Josh Castiglione after the defeat against Farnborough. Josh, I mean, we didn't see that one coming. That was a big shock in the dressing room.
Yeah, massive. We're completely shocked by it, by our performance, and like I said, prior to today, we've had the best defensive record in the league. We've not been so fluid going forward, but we've had the chances, we've been creating them, and I think today was, obviously with a Saturday Monday, it was so important you got off to a good start, and we did. We just couldn't find the back of the net, and then when they went 1-0 up, we was always chasing it, and then I've made a mistake. I held my hand up for that for the second goal, prior to then getting us back in the game. Obviously, like I said, we had chance after chance, and we'd finally got ourselves back in the game, and at 2-1 we thought, right, here we go, like game on. And then to concede the third one so quickly after we'd got ourselves back in the game was frustrating, but look, it's a defeat that we have to take on the chin. It's not going to define our season. We won't let it define our season, because we know that what we've produced from the start of the season till now has been very, very good, with slight tweaks and changes that we need to make here or there, but we won't let it define our season. And obviously when you're 3-1 down at half time, it's difficult to get back in the game. You're committing bodies, and obviously they then get the fourth. Obviously you sort of bring it back to 4-2 and you think, oh, there's a glimmer of hope with 10 minutes to go, but again, like I said, we were committing bodies and they've done us again on the counter. Some
credit goes to Farnborough, obviously some unbelievable finishing really. I mean, Polion's goal, 2 from Bloomfield, the lob they're all top corner really.
Yeah, look, we know the quality that they've got going forward. I think after the first 5 or 6 games that they played prior to tonight, I think they'd scored 9 and conceded 13. So we knew that if we were solid at the back and we limited the mistakes, we'd get our chances. And that's exactly what we've done. We scored 2 goals, but unfortunately, on the other side of things, defensively, not just our defensive unit, myself included, but as a team, we weren't good enough today. Whether that be individual errors or as units together, we just weren't good enough. And when you give, like you said, Polion and Bloomfield the opportunities to get their shots off, they're going to punish you. Like, they've got so much quality in the final third, and that's exactly what they've done.
Conceded goals at the wrong times. You get one back, just a brilliant lob over Jack Turner, and then concede up the other end.
Yeah, exactly. Like I touched on it a minute ago, going 2-0 down was an absolute sucker punch, having started the game so well, and to get ourselves back in it, we had the crowd get behind us again, who have been fantastic for us, by the way. I just wanted to add that in. But then, yeah, like I said, just to concede again before half-time so soon after we'd got ourselves back in the game was an absolute killer. But even at half-time, we stayed upbeat. We knew that we were going to get chances in the second half. We knew that we had so much quality on the bench that was going to come on and impact the game. But unfortunately, we just left ourselves too much to do.
What's the thoughts going ahead of, write this one off a crazy game or dissect it?
A little bit of both. Like I said, prior to today, we had the best defensive record in the league, so it's not all doom and gloom. You can't just be like, oh my God, we're leaking goals left, right and centre, this, that and the other. But at the same time, we do need to sit down, and we will tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, in the lead up to Maidenhead on Saturday, and we will analyse what went wrong, where we can be better, and I can guarantee it, and I can assure the fans, the club, that as players, we'll do everything to make sure that tonight's performance gets forgotten about very quickly.
It's not easy at the back. Keane's injured and David Longking's just about to be suspended, so we've got that sort of shuffle in defence and helping potentially.
Yeah, no, of course. Look, I've played full-back a few times before. Obviously, when I was here in my first stint, Tomo's excellent. It doesn't weaken the team at all that Dave's now suspended for a little while. But that's the part of having a football squad, and our squad is going to be so massive, whether your suspensions, injuries, whatever it is, people coming back, like people on the bench, whether you started today, the last few or not, everyone is vital for us, and they're going to play a massive part. So we're not worried about that. Obviously, it's not ideal, and when you've got injuries and suspensions, it does hurt you. But we're not worried about that. We'll be absolutely fine.
Maidenhead and Saturday will soon need to start picking up points away from home as well now.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, we'll dissect tonight. We'll go over it in the next couple of days. we'll then forget about it. We'll put it in the bank, and we will make sure that our focus is turned to Maidenhead, because again, it's going to be another tough game, and you want to go into that 2-week gap when you've obviously got the FA Cup in between, off the back of a positive result. And like I said, there's going to be a tough test away from home. Obviously, we've not been firing in all cylinders away from home, but we'll make sure we put things right. I can guarantee it.
Okay, and like tonight, Josh, put this one behind us and move on to Saturday.
Exactly that, mate. Thank you.